Hello and welcome back to another Film Journal video. If you couldn't tell by the opening, today we are doing Doctor Who. I wanted to start out with a disclaimer just because there will be spoilers in this video. There's a lot to this TV show and it's kind of hard to not try and spoil anything. So this is your warning to click away now. So I didn't really know what to do with these pages, but I knew I wanted to do kind of like a torn out book sort of page on one side. I had a completely different idea that I wanted to do in the beginning and then it totally changed. Wasn't that so cute? I love doing that. It was a little stop motion kind of thing with the TARDIS just flying around. I don't know, I was bored. Now the show is considered sci-fi, but I think it's more genres than just sci-fi.
That's a promise. So, what do you think? Do we have a deal?
So yeah, there's a lot more to Doctor Who than meets the eye. So in these pages, you can kind of see the original idea I wanted, but then it completely changed later on. So to sum up Doctor Who very shortly, it's about a time-traveling alien who brings along a human companion and they travel through time and space. The alien's name is the Doctor, hence the name Doctor Who.
The north wind blows and carries down the distant roads. Oh, mistake. Because that name keeps me fighting. The Carrionites vanished. Where did you go?
Alright, now that I stopped fangirling, let's continue. So the Doctor is known as a Time Lord, that's his species, and he regenerates anytime he gets injured. So that's why we see so many reincarnations of him, so we see different actors. So there are 13 different Doctors as of right now in 2021. Personally, my favorite is David Tennant, the 10th Doctor. Usually each reincarnation of the Doctor is different personality-wise, so people have their preferences. So the Doctor enjoys bringing these human companions because he likes building a relationship with them, and then suddenly sometimes it turns into a romantic relationship. So those are the actors who have played the Doctor from the reboot in 2005 to now in 2021. Personally, I haven't watched the old Doctor Who back in the 70s and 80s, but if you do want to go watch them, you are more than welcome to. These pages are mainly about the reboot when it came back in 2005. Now, you must be wondering, Katie, why do you love this show so much? Like, you have a poster on your wall, you have a t-shirt, you have all these books, and let me tell you why. This show has made me cry more than any other show. Exactly right now what I'm watching, this part especially, makes me bawl my eyes out. Now, I'm not going to tell you why because that is a spoiler, but here's a little sneak peek of me just being depressed.
Live too long. No, please don't.
Other than the depressing parts, this show is very funny though. Yeah, here I am, bawling my eyes out, once again. Yay. Alright, now that that crying fest is over, let me continue to talk about Doctor Who. Now, I have watched every single episode of every single season that has been released, and let me just say, I do not like the newest seasons. Now, I am a big fan of the Russell T Davies era, which was 2005 to 2010. Also, I haven't mentioned yet, but I am doing 4 pages for this TV show, which is kind of crazy. I really couldn't decide what I wanted, and then I was like, I want to do more, so I'm just going to do 4 pages. Now, that weird police box thing that I'm gluing down, that is called a TARDIS. It represents time and relative dimension in space. That is the Doctor's spaceship. So on these adventures, the Doctor usually travels through time, meets people from different time periods, and meets all these new aliens from different planets. And it's very fun just to see kind of their inspiration for different types of aliens out there. So the Doctor has all of these different companions and they usually switch out because something happens to them usually. I'm not going to spoil and say whatever happens, but he's usually always left alone. In the reboot, he's usually known as the only Time Lord left in existence, but sometimes that's not always true. The Doctor has many enemies, but his 2 biggest ones are the Daleks and the Cybermen, which usually try to exterminate or delete the entire universe. So on these pages, I'm kind of just putting down a little bit about the Doctor, and I'm also putting down all the companions that he/she has had over the entire reboot. So the Doctor is usually known for never using weapons, so the Doctor carries around a psychic paper and a sonic screwdriver, which usually helps the Doctor get into any place that they want to go. Oh, since the Doctor is an alien, did I mention that the Doctor has 2 hearts. Sometimes it's hard to remember that the Doctor is an alien because they take the form as like a human looking, but you gotta remember that's an alien though. So I'm adding all the names of all the companions that the Doctor has ever had. Also at the top of the page, those are all the reincarnations of the Doctor. There are currently 14 different people who have played the Doctor, but we don't count one because he's technically the War Doctor. And by War Doctor, I mean that the Doctor had fought in a time war. That's a whole plot line thing that you'll learn about if you watch the show. Just some last things to sum up the show. I say go watch it because it's amazing and I think it's for everyone. And if you liked what you've seen here today and would like to go watch it, go ahead and watch it. So these are the first 2 pages. And then these are the last 2 pages. And that is it for our Doctor Who film journal. I hope that you enjoyed this video and hopefully consider watching this show. That would be amazing. See you guys next time. Bye!
Bad mother!